Hi, my name is Pranav and I'm a rising junior at Wilcox High School. And this is my project, The Third Eye for the Blind. So basically what The Third Eye for the Blind is, it's kind of like an alternative for the blind community instead of like a more expensive or clumsy option, such as a cane or a seeing eye dog. It's a more different option in which you can just attach it to your hand and it lets you know if there's an object in front of you. So if I do a quick demo, there are two options. One's a vibration mode. So there's a motor which vibrates, so that's kind of hard to see, so that's why I have a buzzer. So what the buzzer will do is, depending on how far away the object is, it'll start beeping quicker and quicker. There are a lot of components into this build, but the main one is this ultrasonic sensor. So the way the ultrasonic sensor works is that it has one pin that sends out a sound wave, and sound bounces, right? So it'll bounce back to the next pin, and it has an internal clock that measures how long it took to get from once it shot it to once it got back. So that's all it can do. It has an internal clock, and then some code that you put into the Arduino program. There's a special equation that you can turn this this time measurement into either inches or centimeters. I use centimeters for this one. And so some of the more smaller components are this Arduino Pro Micro, which kind of holds all the code. It's powered by this Anchor battery. This motor, it simulates the vibrations. The buzzer makes a sound, and this button, depending on which one you press, it has a Boolean condition, and so it'll switch between either the motor or the buzzer. So I also have a modification which I wasn't able to put onto the PCB board because of time constraints. But the way it works is a bit hard to see because like the 7-segment display is a little hard to work with. So depending on, so I want to do something other than for the blind community. So maybe like, I was thinking like you could also have like kind of a ruler on your hands, right? So from the 7-segment display, depending on how far away your hand is, it'll send out a value. And if you press the button here, it'll change it from inches to centimeters. So that's the second part. So something that I learned were, especially when I came into this program, I had pretty much zero knowledge on engineering. So I learned all the basic like soldering, how circuits work. I was able to build this amazing project. But more importantly, I kind of learned the value of having passion in what you do and knowing your project like the back of your hand. Because I'll be real with you, I love taking shortcuts. That's kind of like why engineering appeals to me. And so when I came to this project, the documentation for the Third Eye for the Blind was like perfect. It was like, it literally told me where to put the wires. So I was like, this is easy. I was going to take no time at all. Like in my journal, I really wrote this is going to take 1 week. But it turns out that when I ran into a problem and the documentation wasn't there to help me, I was clueless. So I decided to do was, I took a step back and decided to learn every single aspect of my project so I could actually understand what I was doing. And this definitely took a lot longer. I sometimes had to spend like a week just to make an LED blink. But in the end, I would definitely say that was worth it, because now I was able to build a modification without any prior documentation. So other than that, I think thanks to BlueStamp, I found a solid step to a future of engineering and a new passion that I can use wherever I go. Thank you. Any questions?
The object here drifting, does it have to be exactly parallel or can it be?
For this one it might have to be, but this, I think it allows angles, but the measurements might be like off by a couple of centimeters, maybe, but otherwise I think angles do work. Yeah.
So what are some possible modifications you can think for this project?
Definitely making this cleaner, because like literally 30 minutes ago this was falling apart, so it was being held on by hot glue. So maybe making this a cleaner build and definitely moving this onto a PCB board. I actually tried that, but my soldering was a bit bad, so I had to move everything back onto this. So yeah, that would be a modification I could do.